Greetings, insiders. It's July 23rd. This week, we're talking about two things I love and one thing not so much. Those are Taco Bell, marketing, and explosive diarrhea. And I'll let you decide which fall into what category. That's right, we're going to dig into Taco Bell's Cyclospora conundrum. Plus, a new agency from Madwell's ashes, an update on ChatGPT's ad platform, risqué creator brand deals, and Plato's Closet's immersive back-to-school campaign. I'm Parker Heron, and this is Ad Age Insider's weekly report. Subscribe wherever you're listening so you never miss my roundup of industry news you need to know. And catch a new deep dive conversation tomorrow. We'll be going deep on the state of independent ad agencies, where they stand, how they're growing, and what winning indies are getting right. You won't want to miss it on the Ad Age Insider feed tomorrow. So back to this week's news. Today's stories track how brands both earn and protect trust, even when the ground is shifting beneath them. All right, so let's get the toilet talk out of the way. Federal health officials linked shredded iceberg lettuce at Taco Bell to a cyclosporiasis outbreak, which is an intestinal illness caused by the parasite Cyclospora. But you've probably read all about that, so let's talk marketing implications. Taco Bell actually made an interesting move. It removed the lettuce in question from its supply chain before the CDC publicly confirmed the connection last week. Crisis communications experts praised this voluntary action in conversation with Ad Age. But Taco Bell is uniquely disadvantaged due to the punchline it's become part of in connection to the parasitic outbreak. This amplifies long-standing jokes about stomach problems that result from the brand's menu, meaning that the blast radius of the cyclosporiasis outbreak potentially extends beyond the currently affected restaurants to the entire brand image. Of course, a food safety crisis is among the most damaging events a restaurant chain faces. The brand must prove that it immediately identified the crisis and acted on it, which Taco Bell has. But then it must also create systems to ensure that it won't happen again and then begin rebuilding consumer trust. In a crisis, protecting consumers must precede managing brand image. Acting before regulators announce bad news can help a brand control its own narrative, but the operational actions taken afterwards to ensure consumers are safe are of even more importance. Just yesterday, Taco Bell announced a new deal in hopes of bringing diners back. For just $1, patrons can enjoy enchiritos, a lettuce-free stuffed tortilla, or regular nacho fries. So we'll see how this turns out over time. Next up, Madwell alumni launch Five Cherries. About 14 months after the collapse of independent agency Madwell, 4 of its former employees have launched Five Cherries. The founding team spent a year at Gravity Global, a B2B agency, before striking out independently for more B2C-focused work. Bronca USA is its largest client at launch. The launch reflects a broader industry shift towards nimble, senior-led shops that give clients direct access to experienced talent without all those layers of a traditional agency structure. It matters because the senior-led model with a mix of freelancers is really gaining traction. Understanding how these shops position themselves and win clients is useful context for anyone thinking about how agencies are evolving right now. So now, a little tech talk. ChatGPT's ad business pivoted from impressions to click-based pricing. And now, 6 months post-launch, OpenAI wants to make another transition, this time to conversions. Although spend on ChatGPT remains just a fraction of Google budgets, media mix models show the channel performing competitively. But advertisers still want to see more data, starting with any real visibility into how people talk to ChatGPT and which prompts are actually triggering ads. ChatGPT reached 1 billion monthly users faster than any app in history, but ad dollars won't follow at scale until the platform can generate proven sales results like Google Search or Meta's social media advertising. Next up, some creator marketing advice. Grant Gibbs and Ashley Gill, the comedy creators behind A Twink and a Redhead, have built a partnership portfolio with brands such as EOS, Airbnb, and Bravo without having to soften their risque content. They say the strongest campaigns come from marketers who understand their work deeply, not just their follower count. It matters because, as discovery tools push brands toward analytics first creator selection, the gap between reach and creative fit is widening, and campaigns may suffer for it. Here's a quote from Ashley Gill, who is the redhead of the duo. Quote, "We know how to be brand safe if we need to, but I also find the most rewarding and best performing brand partnerships come when there are less guidelines and less restrictions, and they're choosing to work with us because of the audience we have and the type of content we make. They don't want to sanitize it or censor it." You can read Ad Age's full conversation with Gibbs and Gill at the link in this episode's description. And remember, numbers don't tell the whole story. When brands choose creators based on scale alone, the content that results may underdeliver. Familiarity with a creator's actual work, not just their metrics, is what makes brand partnerships perform. And finally, here's your weekly creativity inspo. Teen secondhand retailer Plato's Closet solved one of the toughest issues about back-to-school clothes shopping. They built a fake school hallway, populated with teen actors, to simulate what it would be like to actually wear the clothes to school. The campaign is called Find the Fit That Fits You, and it's Plato's Closet's first national brand campaign from agency Tombras. Check out the 2-minute hero spot on adage.com. All right, that's your weekly report. Thank you to my fellow Ad Agers for lending their fabulous reporting to today's roundup, and thank you for listening. I'm Parker Heron, and this is Ad Age Insider's Weekly Report. I'll catch you tomorrow.